Welcome
What
to
up, YouTube?
welcome to Big Boy District. It's the district where the big boys live. Yeah, it's your
Welcome to
turn to
Big
do
Boy
the intro,
District.
even though we kind of did a little co-intro there.
Welcome to Big Boy District. I am big.
But are you boy?
Well, you're boy, and then together we are big brothers of the boy variety.
That's good.
All right. Well, it's been a couple days since we've been at the mic, Cody. What did you bring to the table today? What were you researching on that little phone device of yours?
So I'm gonna have to actually go back and find the article, but this shit made me laugh really hard on the inside. But I saw this article that said Ed Sheeran said that the Ginger episode of South Park, like the Kick a Ginger Day thing, ruined his life. He's and now I need to actually go back and find the article, which my
Like,
phone is not showing me.
Did he get kicked?
I don't know. I'm gonna look at the article and try to find out what the specifics were, but I just think it's really fucking funny whenever people cite South Park as a reason that their life sucks, because it happens a lot.
Yeah,
Happens
it's
a lot.
like
People are always like,
games.
South Park started this trend that made everyone fucking hate me, and it's like, nah.
South Park, video games, and like Harry Potter are the things that get people riled up.
Ed Sheeran, South Park. Come on, phone. You know what I'm talking about. Here we go. Let's see. Ed Sheeran is peeved that a 2005 South Park episode fucking ruined his life. All right.
Wait, okay, what's the source of this article? What's the website?
New York Post. There's a couple
And
that...
they use the word fucking?
No, they bleeped it out, but I mean, obviously
Okay.
that's what it says.
Nice.
Alright, Ed Sheeran is thinking his thoughts out loud about the 2005 South Park episode Ginger Kids. The British singer 30 slammed the episode, which premiered in November of that year, and said claimed it screwed up his life. Okay, can we just talk about how there's always typos in literally every professional article nowadays? Like,
Yeah,
come
and
the fuck on.
there's no excuse because like the computer literally will edit it for you.
I know,
Just
and it's
click
like,
on the
why
little
is
red
shit
underline.
why is shit just so janky nowadays? Anyway,
It's all about that
they're
trade.
just talking about the fucking plot of the episode. Having red hair in England was always a thing that people took the piss out of you for, but it was never something in America. The musician recently
That
told
is
Slam Radio.
certifiably false. Is he claiming that South Park invented ginger jokes in America?
Yeah, dude, that shit's been around forever. Where do you think the whole, like, beat him like a redheaded stepchild phrase and shit like that came from?
Well, like, yeah, it's like, where do you think the South Park wouldn't have been able to make a joke out of it if it wasn't in the cultural zeitgeist?
People never knew what a ginger was in America. That episode of South Park fucking ruined my... Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Wait, Ed Sheeran is an American?
Apparently he's pissed that, like... Now, this whole article is kind of making it seem like Ed Sheeran fled Britain because he was a ginger and he was tired of being made fun of. So when he came to America, he found this, like, utopia, and then South Park ruined it for him.
He was seeking political asylum in America, and South Park ruined it for him.
For his red hair.
He was a red-headed refugee, bro.
He continued, I was going to America, and everyone was like, I love your hair, dude. And I was like, oh my god, people like my hair, Sheeran added. And then I remember that episode coming out, and that was just it, worldwide, for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I'm not a ginger. I don't have anything against gingers, but damn, man, this shit like this really... it just tickles my soul. Makes me laugh hard.
Apparently Ed Sheeran's kind of a cocksucker. I have no like sources to corroborate this. I just read it on Reddit. But apparently Ed Sheeran's not like a very nice person.
Nah, dude, the women love him. He's their fantasy pushover boyfriend that every girl wants.
He'll let me sleep with as many dudes as I want.
He does have cuck face.
Yeah.
Like, you look at his face, and he's got cuck face.
Yeah, he likes to jerk off while his wife, like, fucks athletes.
Yeah. Ugh.
Well, I mean, I'll give that Ed Sheeran article 3 pissers out of 10. I really wish that they wouldn't have had that typo. It really ruined the experience for me.
Me too.
Well,
I always notice that shit. I'm like, come on, really? Really? See, if I'm writing this, I'm writing this, you know?
well, did you have any New Year's resolutions?
No. I don't think anyone should even bother with that shit anymore.
Hmm.
New
That's
Year's
a
resolution is just a stupid idea anyway, because it doesn't work. Because
I don't know.
it's always something like, yeah, I'm gonna stop eating cheesecake, or like, I'm gonna stop eating this. Like, it's always something the person's really attached to. And if you want to change like that, you gotta tackle it kind of gradually. Like, you gotta take little baby steps. It's like when people, if you were to make a New Year's resolution, like, yeah, I'm gonna quit smoking forever, and then like you go hard on that, you're gonna be fucking miserable for months, and you're just gonna go back to doing it. And that's what happens with all New Year's resolutions. It's because you got to take it kind of. If you really want to do something like that, you shouldn't wait for fucking New Year's, because procrastinating like that's already a sign that you're probably gonna fail. But like, you got to take it kind of slow. You can't just be like, yeah, I will drop this fucking thing. New Year's, let's go. No more cheesecake for my bad ass. Yeah.
Well, the reason I asked you that was because I was hoping you would set me up to tell you my New Year's resolution, but now I feel stupid.
Nah, go for it.
No,
I
yeah, that's
will. I
stupid.
will missile it down. Just kidding.
Oh, I wanted to read 100 books this year, so.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. That's not like a. That's not really in the same vein of what I was talking about with like people trying to like quit shit. I feel like that's what a lot of New Year's resolutions are, just people like trying to swear off stuff, and it never works
Yeah,
out.
I tried to avoid that because I'm not very good at swearing off stuff. Like, I just don't have the self-control for that. So I tried to find something that was more like active, like something I can like actively do to like improve my life rather than something I can stop doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that came to mind. That's why I've been bugging you about the Way of Kings, and that's why I've been like wanting to do like a book club thing on the podcast, is because like that'll help me out if you do it along with. Well, I'm not saying read 100 books with me, but if you want to read some of the books that I read with me and talk about them, that'd be fun.
Yeah. I hate how like on DoorDash sometimes there'll be like there'll be certain items that you can't get just because of the way that the system is set up.
Yeah.
Like one time I was trying to get sweet potato fries, and it was like, all right, your sweet potato fries, select one option. And it was literally required, like I had to select something, but the problem was there was nothing to select.
Getting
So,
DoorDash on a night like tonight is so fucking hard. Sorry, go ahead.
oh yeah, it was fucking snow. It's snowing. Oh yeah,
But
we already
yeah,
talked about this pretty in depth, but this is a good podcast topic. Let's talk about the Euthanasia Coaster again. The
the
Euthanasia
the
Coaster.
suicide, the sewer slide coaster. Um, yeah, like, was it supposed to be for like medical things or just
Yeah,
like
like people
okay?
who with like cancer and shit. I guess a rundown, like for the listeners, because we already talked about this. The Euthanasia Coaster was like a big ass roller coaster that they built, or they didn't build it, but they were gonna build it. It was kind of a hypothetical plan that they made, and it was as advertised as it sounds. It was literally designed to kill the passengers, like on
Yeah,
purpose. It was
you know,
purposefully designed to kill people.
it sounds almost like the name, like the fucking euthanasia coaster. It almost sounds like a fair trying to be edgy and attract. Like, look how dangerous
Yeah.
and cool this roller coaster is. Imagine if someone had like a misunderstanding and was like thinking that they were gonna get on like just a really dope roller coaster, and it turns out it's just a straight up murder thing. Oh fuck.
I'm gonna look up who the fuck. Okay, so actually, interestingly enough, it actually wasn't just for euthanasia. They were planning to use it for execution too. Like they were planning to
Like
use it to
prisoners.
like, yeah, like kill criminals and shit, like death penalty.
Damn. Dude, what the fuck? Wait, where?
Where what?
Like where were the like where was this jurisdiction where they were planning on using like criminals?
So this roller coaster was apparently, from what I could gather, it
It's
was
probably European.
designed. So it was designed in London, it looks like.
Yeah, I was right. I was so
And practical application, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, I guess London was where it was designed, but as for where they
dude,
were planning on putting it,
what a imagine getting executed like that. Like what a brutal way to go. Like
yeah,
like imagine if you were like I'm scared of roller coasters. Imagine if like you were scared of roller coasters and so the government strapped you to one and then like the people who dislike you because you were obviously a bad person, like all like the victims and shit come to watch you die by
yeah.
screaming and getting flung around and shit. Like, are you kidding me?
What's
That's
crazy to me
insane.
about this roller coaster is there's seven inversions, right? So there's seven loops that it goes through. The G force is fucking nuts. It's 10 G's. And the ride itself is apparently like it was designed to be 3 minutes and 20 seconds long. So you're going at 10 G's for like give or take, I would say maybe 2.5 minutes of that because obviously the roller coaster has to like go up and then get to the peak and then it goes down and then starts hitting all the loops and shit.
Like, does it kill you? It kills you. You said it from like G forces, right?
Yeah,
Here, let me just look up a picture of this shit. I'm sitting right in
it's a
front of my.
trip. Like just look at like the all the loops, like all the divert or inversions, not diversions. But I just thought it was a super fucking interesting story. I was like, damn, I never knew that there was a literal roller coaster made to just kill. Like that's nuts.
Holy shit, dude, that's insane.
Yeah, that's like something that I would build in Thrillville on the PS2 when I was like 10 years old. I will edit in a picture of the roller coaster if I remember.
I don't mean to. I don't mean to rain on your parade here, but apparently it was just a like an art thing that someone did. Like it was all hypothetical. It was never
Yeah,
supposed to be
but
anything.
they still looked at the applications for the design though. Like it was like I don't know if it was like actually considered, but like actual design experts looked at it and they were like, "Yeah, this is definitely applicable. This could be built and it would probably definitely work."
I mean, yeah, but like I
Just
could
to
have told you that. Like,
just to put
what?
this into perspective, the speed of this roller coaster it goes 220 miles per hour. The
Yeah,
average
which
roller coaster where it feels like you're hauling ass and shit, you're only going about 30 miles an hour.
you should put a picture of it up, like right here.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely put a picture of it.
Dang.
I just thought it was such a cool story. It would definitely be like, I mean, I don't know if it would be a cooler story, but it would definitely be darker and arguably more interesting if it were actually built and people got killed on it. But I don't know. I still
Well,
thought that it was fucking interesting. I don't know.
yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's funny that someone like thought of that, and like other people were like, yes,
Yeah, they were
twist.
like, maybe. Yeah. What if I had cancer and I
Let's
wanted to
get
die on a roller coaster?
let's get hypothetical with it. Well, that was a very interesting story, and this is a very natural transition. We talked about this a little bit because I think we were texting one time, and I told you what mine was. What would like just in book, film, TV, anything? Who is your all-time favorite protagonist?
Oh, that's so tough. Because honestly, I don't even know if I've ever really thought about it.
Like, could you
Um,
narrow it down to like a top three, maybe?
yeah, I could probably do that. Um, Let me think here. Aragorn from Lord of the Rings is definitely up there.
Okay.
Um, Mostly book Aragorn. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with movie Aragorn, but in the
Oh, this is bad.
books, I thought he was way badder ass. He was just more he was more like sure of himself, you know? And in the
Mm-hmm.
movie, he was like, "Oh, I don't really want to be king. I'm a reluctant hero." In the book, he was like, "Fuck that. Gondor's my land. This is my swamp." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that's fucking badass."
Out of my swamp.
He fucking
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
he knew his heritage and he fucking owned it. I was like, "Yeah, man." In the movie, he
Yeah.
was like weirdly ashamed of it for no reason. It was like, "What?"
Yeah, I was reading somewhere that I haven't read The Lord of the Rings myself. I've seen the first couple. I've seen the first movie with you, I think, but apparently, book Aragorn is like a lot more badass than movie Aragorn. Movie Aragorn is apparently like a lot more toned down.
Yeah, he's still cool in the movie. I think Viggo Mortensen did a really good job too, but yeah, in the book, he was just cooler. I don't know, like he was just more like stone cold badass. Let me think of another character.
Hmm.
Embarrassingly enough, when I was a kid, I really liked Anakin. Looking back, I think Anakin is like, I think the idea behind his writing is pretty solid, but the
It
way
wasn't
that they
executed.
like portrayed it all on screen was so terrible.
Okay, but Anakin from the Clone Wars was probably the closest we got to that vision. Like Anakin from the Clone
Oh
Wars was
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah. There's another good protagonist. A lot of the protagonists that I think are the best are protagonists that aren't necessarily good people. So, like, for example, I think Walter White is one of the best protagonists ever, and he's a ginormous piece of shit. He's Walter White. He's Heisenberg, but he's also a really good. He's well written as fuck because he's realistic. He's a nerd. He's a fucking chemistry guy. He's not a seasoned criminal. So when you see him bumbling around and doing stupid shit, you're like, oh yeah, that's probably what a teacher would do in that scenario.
Yeah, probably. Fucking, that was the best parts of that show, though, was when he was like bumbling his way around like drug
Yeah,
deals and shit. It was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I
Like, how are
think
you alive?
I think also Tony Soprano from The Sopranos. He's fucking great too. Excellent protagonist. Very 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 well written.
This is probably like not like it's probably not an unpopular opinion, but it's probably not a very popular one either. But my all-time favorite is probably Aang from Avatar, just because he's just such a pure soul and like just
Oh yeah.
his morality is like so cool in my opinion, where he's just like, no, like I won't stoop to like the level of being a killer, and I won't stoop to like unnecessary violence and everything. Like I can hold true to my beliefs and also be like the avatar this world needs. And I think it's
Yeah.
I also thought it was really cool how they portrayed realistically how a 12-year-old being basically like a demigod would be handled, where he's like, yeah, I really don't want to do this.
I thought they did a good job with that too. Like they
Like,
really did. Like the whole like him being like godlike, but also a child who just kind of wants to be a child. I was just like, yeah, like that's how that would be. Like if you were a little kid and you had like all this shit on your shoulders, you'd be like, fuck, what the why? Like
like,
you wouldn't be all heroic about it. You wouldn't be all like, yeah, let's go get the bad guys. Like, nah, you want to be a kid. Like,
yeah, and that was cool how that was like the crux of the series, when he was like couldn't take it anymore, and when he found out he was going to be moved away from his home, he was like, no, I'll just run away and like live my own life. And then yeah, he
yeah.
got stuck in the iceberg. I don't know, probably all-time favorite protagonist. A close second would probably be Walter White, though. I really like Walter White as well,
Also, in
for the
terms of
same exact
writing,
reasons.
Don Draper from Mad Men was a really good protagonist. Another like piece of shit person, but like from a writing standpoint, it's like, damn, they did good.
I never saw Mad Men, but I heard good things about it.
It's very good. I don't like it's one of probably my top three or four favorite shows, but I gotta say it's definitely not for everyone. I don't think because like I don't
Isn't it
know.
like just like a pretty accurate depiction of like the 60s. Like
Pretty
there's lots
much,
of
yeah.
sexism, racism, and just ugliness like that.
Yeah, it's a really, really good show.
Mm.
Fucking loved the ending too. The ending was really good. Mad Men and Breaking Bad both had like super good endings in my opinion. I hate it when people shit on the Breaking Bad ending because it's like I feel like they just didn't get the point of the show.
Oh yeah,
But
most
one
people I talked to about it didn't even seem to get that Walt died. They were just like they thought
oh
he was
yeah.
arrested and shit. And it's like no, he died. Like it's 100%.
It's funny when people get tricked by stupid shit like that. And you explain it and they're like, "No, you're the moron." Like I had to explain to my mom that there wasn't going to be a Breaking Bad season 6. She really thought there was going to be a season 6 because she found like a fucking random article from some website that was probably a virus. And I was like, Mom, they're not doing a season 6. Trust me.
Like they kind of did. I mean,
Yeah, they
they
did. You know, they
like did a
split season
spin.
5 up. They were probably
Well, I
following
mean,
suit with The Sopranos because Sopranos did that with their last season. They're like, oh,
I
we'll
guess
split
you
it in
can kind of
two.
count the first season of Better Call Saul as like Breaking Bad season 6.
Yeah. But I remember my mom's big thing too was like, Walt's not dead. He's coming back. Season 6. And I was like, yeah, no, he's not. And that's a good thing too because it would kind of fucking suck. Like,
Oh
imagine how,
yeah, just like
like,
with Palpatine being brought back in Star
yeah,
Wars Episode 9. Sorry if I spoiled that for anybody, but like it sucks, so it doesn't matter.
it does suck.
Do you remember when we went and saw The Last Jedi and you and me almost got up to leave like 3 times and we only
Yeah.
stayed because we had spent money on it?
And then, like, that movie was getting, like, reviews all over the place at that time. Like, people were either, like, loving it or hating it. I guess that's still kind
Nowadays,
of how it is, but I
it's
think
kind of
most people have
hates.
come to their
Yeah.
senses and kind of been like, yeah.
The moment that they did that stupid Mary Poppins shit with fucking Leia, I was
Yeah.
like, it was over for me. I was like, I can't handle this. This is so stupid. Like, I'm okay with Leia being a Force user. I'm not okay with stupid Mary Poppins scenes. And controversial opinion, same thing with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought it was stupid when he was like, "I'm Mary Poppins, y'all." It's like I hate Mary Poppins. I hate you if you like Mary Poppins, and that's my rant.
It's kind of crazy to me that, like, the Marvel is, like, so successful in the movie department, like, with the MCU and shit, but whenever they drop a game, nobody really gives a shit. Like,
Well,
they're not popular, and they're not really good games either. They're not like bad games. I've never played any of them, but just judging by the looks, they don't look horrible. They just look very like meh. They look very, very average. But it's just
well,
weird that like how popular the MCU is, and then like when a game comes out, people don't really care
yeah,
because
and
like
it sucks
movie
because those
adaptations used to
characters.
sell like crazy. Like the Harry Potter games and the Lord of the Rings games and the Star Wars like movie tie-in games, those were like those sold like crazy. Even though now that I think about it, I think there's only one Star Wars movie tie-in game, and that would be Revenge of the Sith. Isn't
No,
it
there was
weird?
Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones ones. I played them.
There were?
Yeah, the
Were they
Phantom
on like
Menace one was just a pod racing thing,
oh,
and the Attack of the Clones one was really, 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 really bad.
was it on like the Game Boy or something?
It was on PS1.
Huh. I'll have to look that up. I didn't know if that existed. I feel like I did know about the Phantom Menace game though, because wasn't that on PS1 too?
Yeah, and it was like half the reason that the Phantom Menace was made so that they could make pod racing video games.
It's kind of weird to me that like Star Wars, like there's so many Star Wars games. Like I'm pretty sure Star Wars is the most like but like there's more Star Wars games out there than there are any other licensed games out there. And yet there's not a
Yeah,
whole lot of like direct movie tie-in games. Like they're all just kind of like which is cool. I think it's the Star Wars universe is so fucking massive. They might as well like take that creative freedom and make games that take you all over the place.
I can probably explain that actually because when the original trilogy came out, obviously video games weren't like a thing really in the 70s that much. And then with the sequels, Disney's obviously not very good at video games. They proved that with Marvel, so that's probably why they didn't really try.
Oh shit. I
More
smacked my
focused on
mic. I
Battle
didn't realize that my mic was in such a retarded spot. Time to fix it. There we go. But yeah, that does make sense. Because, like, yeah, the closest thing you would get to, like, a Star Wars movie tie-in game for, like, A New Hope and Return of the Jedi would be, like,
Battlefront.
Super Star Wars. Remember Super Star Wars? That ridiculously hard game that for the NES. I have it actually because you can get it on PS4.
That's crazy. Oh
It's
yeah, I've seen it on PS Now.
it's a weirdly fun game. It's extremely difficult, and I've only beaten the first 4 levels. It is really hard. Like it is probably the most brutally difficult game I've ever played. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's one of those games where it's like literally everything is trying to kill you all the time, and there's constantly new shit popping into the environment that's also trying to kill you, and it's like, good fucking shit.
Is it like a bullet hell game?
Kind of. It's supposed to just be like a kind of like a side-scrolling like a platformy kind of a game, but it's really difficult. Really difficult. We could play it at some point if you want. We'll just probably sit there and rage at it because it's so fucking hard. It is the hardest game, I swear. It's pretty fun though. Not as fun as the Euthanasia Coaster.
My favorite Star Wars game that I ever played was probably the first two Battlefronts, not the EA ones.
Yeah, me too. Battlefront 2 was my shit.
Oh, dude, I played
Love that
Battlefront
game.
2 so much that I went through like 3 discs of the game because it would like wear out.
That's funny. I had 2 discs, and one of them
Because
was
like,
broken, and one of them worked.
yeah, I would just play them so much that my greasy little child hands would like ruin them. And so like for like 2 birthdays and a Christmas, I got copies of Battlefront 2.
I don't even remember how I got my other copy, but I had like duplicates of a couple different games. It was weird. People would just sometimes give me games that I already had, and I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, that was like a thing. I remember that in like middle school and high school where people would be like, "Here, have this game," and then it was like
Yeah.
GTA 3
A
and
lot of
stuff.
times, like, you're like a friend would let you borrow a game or something, and then they would just let you keep it. Like, that happened to me a lot. That's how I got Batman Arkham Asylum, because my friend let me borrow it, and then I took it home over the weekend and played the ever-living shit out of it. And then when I got back to school, I was like, dude, this game's fucking awesome, damn. And he's like, yeah, you can have it, because I actually already 100%ed it. And I was like, oh, okay. Fucking took it. It was kind of amazing, too, because the guy who, like, gave me that game was, like, super into, like, games in general and, like, 100%ing them and getting all the achievements. So, like, when he just gave me that, I was like, wow, you're actually just done with this? All right.
Yeah, the only game I can think of that I 100%ed was probably Skyrim. Like I literally did everything you could do in vanilla Skyrim. And well, I guess not vanilla. I had the DLCs. But those included even I did every like if you looked at my Skyrim map, it was just like all filled in and done and I couldn't find anything else to do.
I wish that the Skyrim DLCs were better. Oh, actually, okay, I
I
never played the Dragonborn DLC. Didn't play that one, but I didn't like the Vampire DLC.
yeah, I think what was it called? Dawn Guard or something?
Yeah. And people are probably getting ready to fucking crucify me because I know everybody loves that DLC. Hear me out, though. No matter who you pick, you're still going to be doing the exact same quests. And you're going to be doing the exact same objectives. The only difference is when you go to those places to do those objectives, You'll either be fighting vampires or Dawnguard people. That's the only difference. There you fucking go. I don't like that. I don't like it when RPG games give you a false sense of being an RPG. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty par for the course with Skyrim, though. I mean, that's how the Civil War was, too.
Plus, it's just like, man, how come I can't really be a bad guy in this game? Like that was my big thing with Skyrim is that the game really just wants you to be a hero no matter what you're doing. Even if you're in the Dark Brotherhood, the game still like kind of gives you a pat on the back. It's like, dude, I wanna feel like a piece of shit, okay? Like that's the whole point of this character. I want to be an asshole. I want to join the Dark Brotherhood and go out and kill people. And for a little bit, the game actually does a good job of like putting you into those shoes, because I remember there's one quest where you have to like go kill a retarded guy. That was like pretty fucked up. But like, I don't know, the Thieves Guild especially, the Thieves Guild was the worst.
Do you remember how anticlimactic and stupid killing the Emperor was?
Oh yeah, you just walk up to him and he's like, "Oh, so you are here to kill me, hmm? I have one request. Kill whoever sent you here." And it's like, yeah, no. Why would I do that?
I'd like to get paid for this.
Yeah, it's like, you insane? No, I'm not gonna fucking do that. Anyway, time for a good old-fashioned ad read. Alright, Big Boy District is proudly sponsored by Uncle Pasta's Spaghetti and Sausage. If you're anything like me, you enjoy spaghetti and sausage. Uncle Pasta will give you what you want for pennies on the dollar. Get yourself a spaghetti ocean with cuckoo bread for just $8, and it's all you can eat, and it's also delivery. So,
Wait,
mwah,
you're
thank
telling
you.
me it's only $12 to get lost in the sauce?
It's $8. And there's no
What?
fees anymore either. They waived all the fees.
So, dude, Uncle Pasta must be going insane. Has anybody checked on him lately? Is he okay? Because these are good deals.
Anyway, I just want to say thank you, Uncle Pasta, for the financial help. Just thank you, Uncle Pasta. Anyway, what do you got?
What do I got? I'll tell you what I got. Okay, I'll tell you a story from work today. So, if you know anything about Not CT, if you're a big fan of me, which nobody is or ever will be, basically, I work in the service industry. And today, a guy came in just like very unkempt. I'll try to paint a picture. He was wearing a white t-shirt that was only about 70% white, just because of all the like various stains and whatnot. And he was clutching one of those anime like weed pillows. And like the hygiene and just the unkempt looks aside, I just want to ask, like, why do people do that? Like, I just don't understand.
Oh, no.
Like, I'm not trying to be judgmental. I know I'm sounding like an asshole because, like, I didn't make fun of him when he was there. Because it's like, I would never make fun of somebody, but it's just like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, I don't get it. Like, why do you, like, it, like, he's clutching a pillow, like, that's, like, a naked, like, anime girl, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit. Uh, uh, and then they go online and they're like, they just go to their incel subreddits and they're like, why does everyone think I'm weird? I hate everyone. It's like, well, maybe if you didn't.
And I'm not trying to say, like, all people who like anime are weird, or all people
Just
who are
most
into
of
that
you,
stuff.
just 90% of you.
No,
Just kidding.
There's people that come into my store with, like, pornography, like, on a pillow that they're holding. And it's like, bro, there's, like, kids, like, within both of our eyesight. Like, what are you doing? And so it just made me really uncomfortable because I had to take his order, and he, like, kept, like, clutching it, like, closer to him and, like, patting it. And I don't know, it was just strange. I didn't like it.
He
Like,
just likes to pet it. Oh, I found an article that says why the MCU needs Jessica Jones. Did you ever see Jessica Jones on Netflix?
Nope.
The most boring, 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 boring It's so boring. It's supposed to be a superhero show, but it's fucking boring.
What's
How
it
do you...
about? Like, is it about? Is that the one about like Peggy?
It's about Jesse's girlfriend from Breaking Bad. I'm just kidding. I mean, it is the same actress. I actually like her. I can't remember her name. Kristen Ritter? That doesn't sound right, but it also kind of does. Anyway, I like the actress. I hate the show. Jessica Jones fucking sucked. Hated that show.
Well,
When I
give
heard
me
that it
like a
got canceled, I was like,
synopsis.
cool.
Give me like a synopsis, real quick.
So Jessica Jones is like she was like some kind of like private investigator with like super strength, and she could also like jump really high or something. I don't know. Anyway, she had all these superpowers that the show never actually like used or like, you know, it just wasn't, it was like a superhero show for people who don't want to see any superhero shit. It was just horrible. There was no action. It was pretty much all just like real like relationship drama slash Jessica Jones walking around being a bitch to everyone. Like that was literally the whole show. It was just her walking around stink eyeing people.
You know what's interesting about that? I don't even think those shows are canon anymore. Like,
Yeah, I know that Kevin Feige fucking hates them, which for good reason. Dude, all the Marvel Netflix shows suck except Luke Cage. Luke Cage was a genuinely good show. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it start to finish. I liked it a lot, and I would recommend it. However, Iron Fist and Jessica Jones, and I think there was another one.
yeah, it was the Peggy Carter one. I can't even remember.
Oh yeah, there was like a Daredevil one too. Or wait, no, I'm thinking of something else.
No,
But
there was a Daredevil one.
I know that there was also a Punisher one, but I heard that that one was good. I never saw it though.
Yeah, they pretty much uncanonized all those because they realized they were like, where it doesn't make sense that none of these people show up in Endgame and shit, so we're just not gonna include them.
Yeah, you can't have that many fucking superheroes because then it's just not cool anymore. It's like, oh, everyone in this world's a superhero.
Well, I just think it's so funny. Imagine you're in like a Marvel TV show and then it comes out that the show's not even considered canon anymore. Like
Alright.
from Marvel Studios themselves, they're like, yeah, everything that was on Netflix is now like axed from the MCU, just like the Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk. Remember when Lou
Oh,
Ferrigno was the Hulk?
dude, there's a movie we gotta watch from. I think it's on Tubi, but it's called The Amazing Bulk, and it's like
That sounds
bird.
familiar.
Yeah, it's like a birdemic level movie. That's like obviously a Hulk ripoff. Yeah, we have to watch that. It's like the movie that we watched the other night. I can't even remember what it was called. Wasn't good. Like the good kind of bad. This movie is the good kind of bad. Like it looks funny as shit.
It better be better than the Misty Green. The mist was it called the Misty Green Sky.
I thought it was fucking like the misty green planet or something.
It might have been. I can't even remember. It was so bad though. It was
Dude, there was
baffling.
only like they only recorded like 3 minutes worth of dialogue.
The whole movie was just jiggling titties for no reason. Jiggling titties. Just very, very jiggling titties. It was great.
Mm.
Except for it wasn't because even the titties kept jiggling even when they were not in motion. So there was something wrong. Something very wrong.
Hmm.
The Book of Boba
First,
Fett.
I heard very mixed things about that. Have you seen it?
Nope. Kind of
Do you
surprised
plan
though,
on
because
seeing it?
I was like planning on watching it when they did that like teaser for it after at the end of Mandalorian. I was like, oh, I'll probably watch that. And then it came out, and I was like, guess what? I don't care about that.
I saw a trailer that was like, "I'm not a bounty hunter," and I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect," and I was like, "What?" Like, they literally mischaracterized Boba Fett in 2 lines in the
Yeah.
trailer.
What the fuck?
I was like, yeah, I don't want to watch that. That looks stupid. Like, what is?
Orlando. Whoa, wow. I thought that this article said Orlando Bloom signs with WWE. It says WME. I was like, dude, I would definitely watch Orlando Bloom and Onion in the WWE. I don't think he would do very good.
Dude, hold on a second. Orlando Bloom and the WWE could become way richer if they just partner up, because everybody would watch um, Orlando Bloom in the WWE.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think he's, like, super buff, but he's got to be, like, in shape. He's,
Doesn't matter. It's staged wrestling, so he does it. Like, it's not like it matters.
what the hell? I would charge every single credit card $10 extra. Viral TikTok shows Cinemark mess after Spider-Man. Wow, what the fuck? That's a mess, but I don't care to read about it. God, these articles are so random. It's like, who sets this shit up?
You know what's crazy to me? You ever seen that show Bigfoot Hunters?
Yeah,
Where they go out in
yeah.
the forest and like
Yeah, and they're
scream
like,
and
whoa,
shit.
what was that? I think I heard a squatch over there.
Yeah, like what? How are
Look
there
at this
adults?
weird looking tree branch here. Looks like it goes straight up to hell where the squatches are.
It was a straight up squatch.
How are there adults that are into that? Like,
I don't know.
Squatchy.
well, there's not a whole lot of forest, man. Like, if there was a Bigfoot out there, we would have seen it by now.
Yeah, I think the whole Bigfoot thing is just stupid.
Just like you.
Yeah, that's probably why I believe in Bigfoot. Just kidding.
I had 2 bullets and we were in a room with Osama bin Laden and Hitler.
Don't you dare pull this one.
I would
Don't you dare.
shoot you in the foot twice and laugh, and then take out Osama with like a quick like leg sweep, and then you would fucking take out Hitler with like a quick smack, and it was all just a ruse to get them to fucking obey us.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
Like, could you imagine if you had the control of like Saddam Hussein and you could just summon a jihad? Actually, I'm pretty sure Saddam Hussein was like a secular leader, so that doesn't make any sense. Alright, I'll just drop this stupid bit that's not funny and let you know that I'm out of topics. So it
was going somewhere. I liked that. Wait,
I'm
what?
completely exhausted my topics list of everything that's not stupid.
The TVs of 2022 are bigger, brighter, bolder, and better. Wow, dude. I would sure as fuck hope so, because, like, you know, technology's supposed to do that. Alright, well, these articles are starting to fucking suck. Michael Blackson? Michael Blackson defends Ice Cube in Friday pay debate.
Maybe is... What?
I just like the fact that there's a guy named Michael Blackson. Oh yeah, they're making a Peacemaker show too.
Oh yeah, with John Cena.
Apparently it's really edgy, because there's this article saying that it's pissing people off with its edginess. Wow. Considering
Like
bone or
like-
joint surgery, you may not need it.
Like Dave Chappelle. You know what's really funny to me is there's people out there that get like legitimately up in arms when Dave Chappelle releases a special, and it's like, bro, like,
Yeah.
who cares? Who cares that this dude is saying shit? Like, just ignore him if he's an asshole. I don't know anything about Dave Chappelle's comedy, but if he's an asshole, like, just ignore him and he'll go away.
I think, like, I don't know, I haven't seen any of Dave Chappelle's new stuff, but all of his older stuff is pretty funny. I don't know anything about his new stuff, though, because I've never seen it. All I know is that people go on Twitter and bitch about it. And if people on Twitter are bitching about it, it's probably funny, because people on Twitter are fucking babies.
Yeah, over the past like 5 years, Twitter has really mutated into like a weird sort of monster.
Yeah. Goddamn, God, that is the loudest noise ever.
I'm down to take a quick break and get some water if you are.
Yeah, me too.
It'll give me a second to think of more topics.
Also, at some point, the fucking shit paused. That's weird. Alright, yeah, that's a good idea, though.